You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
All right, everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. I think we're going to be done with the fiction, done with this. Well, we're never done with the satire, are we? No. But let's check out some reality, shall we? Let's step away from Bizarro Land and back on planet Earth, where it's just as stupid as Bizarro Land. Now, we got a few articles to cover here to discuss what is happening, right? And it's been described by Professor Mark Defont, who was a geologist, a smart guy, right? And he has something to say about blaming Putin for driving up the oil prices. He calls it an outrageous lie, right? Professor Defont also said, quote, Biden is literally destroying the U.S. economy trying to get to net zero pollution. It says, I consider myself an environmentalist, but not a radical environmentalist. And I think that's where we're all at, folks. Yeah, I'm an environmentalist. I want clean air and clean water and clean world and clean this and clean that and a clean bunghole and everything else. But I'm not going to shoot myself in the foot to get there. Now, that's an interesting expression, shooting oneself in the foot. It comes from the idea that you have a tool on your hip, right? Tool on your hip. It's called a gun. It's stored in a holster, and it only comes out and is only fired when it's needed. Well, some people like to put their hand on it and wear their hand on their holster, on their piece all the time. And sometimes they get really excited and pull the trigger and shoot down their leg and into their foot. Right? Now, in our world where we're at now, the people in charge of holding the tools, the weapon, if you will, they're the politicians. They're the oligarchs, if you will, of the West. That's right, folks. Oligarchs like Soros, the Rothschilds, Jeff Bezos, the Zuckerbergs, Bill Gates. These people have globalist designs. That's right. They're not Americans by any stretch. They want freedom at a different level. They're globalists. They believe that they're above all the laws of all countries and that they exist in the world of global concepts and global laws, that they're above. Well, they're the ones that have their hands on the piece, on the tool, in the holster, and they're constantly firing it and shooting the world in the foot. And you and I, folks, are the feet. We're doing the work, we're walking the walk, and we're getting shot by these people. In a figurative sense, in a satirical sense, but in one that we pay the price on nonetheless. Are you prepared for what's coming with these people, folks? Well, get this, right? Yeah, they're driving up the oil prices with this Ukraine, Russia stuff, right? They're pushing for either a world war or a cold war, meaning Russia and its assets, its energy, are going to end up going offline, not available in the West, right? Now, how are they getting us to that point where they shut down everything and ruin it? Well, first, they have to decide we have to make Russia the bad guy. At the very least, a Cold War and possibly a hot war if this keeps up. Because in a major escalation and a major provocation, Germany, folks, has approved the delivery of infantry carrier tanks, right? Armored personnel carriers to Ukraine. So Germany, the country most beholden to Russia for its energy, it must have energy, oil, gas, coal for its power plants. And the rest of the world needs uranium, even though Germany is just about denuclearized for power, to the chagrin of its people who want it, and who need it. It's SHTF big time, folks. Economic, military. It's coming. It's going to get worse. For the food supply, the currencies, everything. We are the people, and we're getting shot in the foot, folks, over this Ukraine thing. So Germany has now decided, well, it's not really Germany. Germany is wholly controlled by the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab, the Davos boys. They control their politicians, and they're now making decisions that German people will suffer for, as well as the rest of the people of the European Union and the United States of America. Because our allies are making stupid decisions, and we've got to back them with our blunderer in chief, Joe Biden. You know, and this, it's economic, it's military, but it goes beyond this, right? It's everything, right? The European Union is pushing, right? Pushing with a proposed ban on Russian coal. They're going full steam ahead, right? Before it was, well, you know, we're going to have to, well, you know, oil and gas, and we don't like you, Russia, but we'll take your stuff, and we're going to sanction you and your banks and shut down and lock up your assets and everything else. But we still need your energy. And so Russia's like, okay, you want to be unfriendly? Then you can pay us in rubles or gold, anything other than dollars and euros. Well, now they're just proposing all out an energy taboo, Russia's energy taboo. Fine. Russia says no more coal, oil, gas. What about uranium? May as well do that one too. And what about the massive energy inflation that the people of Europe and the United States will have to pay due to the short-sighted political and, yes, folks, environmental decisions? This is about global climate change. Actually, it's not. You know what it's about? Global control. It's about global control. It's about the Great Reset, globalism, and controlling us, making us pay for higher cost energy to hide their screwed up currency, higher cost energy, so we become more servile, more, shall we say, peasant-like. We're living way too well. We're eating good food. We have good health. We can travel, go on vacations, have a nice lifestyle. Oh, wait a minute. That was 3 years ago. That was 15 years ago, 20, 25 years ago. Those days are over. You stupid little peasants out there, according to the World Economic Forum, you need to suffer. You can eat bugs, some kind of synthetic bio goo that their machines make. And we're supposed to like that. We're supposed to take their medicines, which reprogram us. We're supposed to do as we're told and stay locked up. Folks, this is SHTF. And they've escalated with this war in Ukraine and Russia, so that we, as our patriotic duty, have to pay these higher prices and make sacrifices in our lifestyles, in our wealth. You want retirement? F you. Right? That's what they're saying to us. And this is all climate. Oh, we don't need coal, and we don't need gas, and we don't need oil, and we don't need, what are we going to run the world on? Well, don't worry, just put on more sweaters in the winter. That'll fix things. And you're not traveling anywhere because you won't be able to afford it. This is what the rich people want, folks. They want to take all your money, and so you have nothing, and you'll be happy. Remember that? Remember that? But there's another side to this, folks. There really is a Cold War and the potential for world war. Now get this, you've heard, and I've reported on the massive Russian, and these are the bad guys, oligarchs. No, wait, they're private citizens, but we're going to give them a stigmatic name, oligarch, to make that sound really bad. Well, what about the technocrats and the Western oligarchs and the super rich that control corporations, that control governments, that control us? Well, they've seized Russian yachts in Italy, France, I believe Spain, and all over the place, everywhere they can. These super yachts that cost millions, tens of millions, and even $1 billion, right? Governments love to seize and steal property, folks, but government doesn't like to pay for the storage and upkeep. Government just likes taxing people and stealing their shit. They don't know how to actually take care of anything, and they certainly don't want to pay for it. So yeah, go ahead, Italy, France, and Spain, your governments, go ahead and take those yachts that you don't know how to pay for, because the marinas that are putting them up, like, who do we give the bill to? If it's not a Russian that we can send the bill to, because we've seized their yacht, it's no longer theirs, they're not going to pay the bill. These exorbitant bills. Are these Russian yachts just going to rot away at the marinas and sink? Or are they going to be cared for and stored properly? I would think an intelligent government would sail the yachts to a shipyard, take them out of the water, and store them on the land somewhere, a lot cheaper than leaving them in the water and taking up valuable marina space and costing an arm and a leg, when they can just put them on the land somewhere. I mean, all boats are made in dry docks, folks, but these people are idiots. So, on top of this, maybe instead of doing that, they should sell the yachts in an auction to European and American oligarchs, because they're the good guys. And yeah, I'm being facetious. We've got a Cold War and a World War potential. We're being punished and shot in the foot. We're being shot everywhere, folks. We're looking like Swiss cheese here. So yeah, go ahead and see who has the balls in an auction to buy Russian billionaires' property from a state-sponsored theft, right, over a government-created problem, right? And so this, right? If the Russian oligarchs are as evil as the media says, what? It's kind of a awkward situation for the new yacht owners, don't you think? Maybe they'll be Arkansited, or will the new owners of these Russian yachts, in a fit of generosity, hand the yachts back over to the while hosting a dinner for the bodyguards of the Russians, right? The Russian businessmen. Will they show up and have a dinner with them and explain them where the bear shits in the woods? And will these new owners, at a sales offer price that the new owners can't resist, right, will they sell them back? And again, this is going to be war, economic war, all over it, because these people have decided that SHTF is going to be our world. Our world. Are you prepared, right, for your world, that 10-mile radius around you? Inside that world, you're in the middle of it. Things get really bad. Who's going to feed you? Where are you going to get your water? Well, how are you going to dress? In Germany, you just have more sweaters. Well, you got to go buy those sweaters. Where are you going to get those sweaters? I do recommend having ample winter clothing, because yeah, the lights could go off, the heat could go off and stay off. Homes don't have wood and coal heating anymore, because that's evil. It's carbon. Folks, guess what? You're carbon. You and I are carbon-based life forms, and carbon's evil. Whoops. Yeah, did you stop to think about that? We are evil because we're made of carbon, and carbon bad. No, carbon good. All the plants need carbon. All the animals need carbon. The oceans need carbon. Carbon's everywhere, but carbon bad. Fascinating. Why not say oxygen bad? Why not say water bad? Well, folks, it's because you are bad. You and I represent a threat to their demand and desire to own everything and then have us agree to be happy about it. No. Shit has hit the fan, and it's going to get nasty as people get hungry. Understand this. Sri Lanka, the Middle East, and now Peru. Peru is now having curfews because people are protesting. They're angry because of massive inflation. These are third world problems. Wait till it steps up to emerging market, and then first world. It's coming. Are you prepared? Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, and your plan for your area around you. That's what we get to do, folks, while watching this big game play out on our level. Chance favors the prepared mind. Aren't you glad you're a prepper? Godspeed, Semper Fi.